Well, I am going to start with the first of the measures. When well, the first that investigate about the measures of the app company is when you look at a computer, especially an Apple one. It's a totally easy to appreciate what the finished product is on the in isn't of the outside, unless you know all the ins and outs of a computer. You will not know how important is measure was to Apple. P. Point I. Uh, the first is semi. Semi was a microprocessor, designed and designed and co- Semi was a microprocessor design company that only comprised of only 150 150 employees at the time. At the times of the merger, they were to to know for creating extremely sophisticated ships that required less power than usual. The second was the Touch ID has made so many mobiles live easy. Now, whom do we have to thanks for that? Was the company fingerprint sensor. That was the company that found this fingerprint sensor company. Authentic developed this technology, and Apple was quick to integrate, to measure jump into the opportunity to apply the tech in the mobile device. There are many amazing Apple tech that came to from mergers, and instead, uh, the third one is take primes prime sense as an example. Everyone was highly impressed when Apple released it Face ID. Well, I really impressed when, well, I don't have an iPhone that has that technology, but I sorry, but I really know how it's function, and it was impression how a phone is detect your face and just look. Well, Apple released its Face ID tech, but the tech originated from the Israeli 3D sensor company. That's really interesting. That was Israeli, the creator of this system, of this technology. Well, we can also thank Prim Sensor for its true deep technology. Fans can thank and innovate in this particularly expensive measure for the efficiency of Apple's mobile device. If you are wondering why this particular measure was so expensive, and just take an Apple device on your hand. The device you are the device you are holding is likely to use flash memory for storage. Um, Thanks to Israeli designed firm Arnovit, according to this article, flash storage allows for less mechanical 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 hardware mechanical hardware, less power use, and higher um, functional spend. So that was so impression for all the fans of iPhone, of that technology in general. Well, now I'm going to talk about the franchise about Apple. It's very interesting because I investigate that Apple doesn't give franchise. All their stores are company owner. Apple spent somewhere somewhere between 8.5 and 11 and 10 millions in opening each new storage. Your only option is to open an Apple authorized resale AAR in parentheses. Well, this is an incredibly onerous process that requires approval from Apple. A promise to purchase a minimum of at 10 1 100 in equipment year for each year from Apple, and profit margins on the order of 3 or 5 in the 3 or 5%. Well, now I'm going to talk about the Apple chain, the Apple chain. Apple valuations analysis is an analytical framework that assists in identifying business activities that can create values and competitive advantage to the business. Well, Apple inbound logistic. Well, I'm going to talk something about the Apple logis. Is inbound logis primary activity refers to receiving and storing of raw materials for the for the consecutive use in manufacturing. Well, uh, Apple Apple works with hundreds of suppliers around the globe and maintains a highly sophisticated sophisticated supply chain. Magnamen as illustrated in, well, that was in the PowerPoint that I illustrate a figure that you can more understand the logistic of this company. Well, now I'm going to talk about the holding company of Apple. The top shareholders of Apple are Arthur Levinson, Tim Tim Cook, and Jeff Williams, of BlackRock Inc. and Berkshire Hathaway, Hathaway Inc. Well, that was so very easy because I didn't really find a lot of information like I will want, but I am going to start with the sister and subsidiaries of the company. The most famous of and subsidiaries is Brandborn Capital. Well, that was so confusing, but I didn't find anything more. That one that was the most important. Management and invest. Well, Apple's money is based in Reno, Nevada, because the state has corporate tax rate of zero. Apple Lease is subsidiary on SEC forms. Apple create a new subsidiary called Apple Data Apple Data Apple Data Service Ireland in 2015. It's not it's not immediately clear what falls under the subsidiary, but but one but one possibility is that Apple is building a data center uh, in the in Ireland, which received approval early this week. Well, what that was the I really mistake, but the week is, well, that was years ago. Well, the Apple Data Service Ireland was registered in late 2014 under the name One Oconi. I think that I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct, but it's Oconee. It's Liz Jenny Daniel Leboff, Apple's VP of Corporate Governance as director. Well, now I'm going to talk about the Apple vertical, the aspect, and I really find that as we say, well, that's what we say, is vertical integrate. Apple builds a great hardware, owns the core software experience, optimized its software It's software for the hardware. It keeps it with web service like iTunes and iCloud, and finally control control the selling experience truck its own it's the own retail store. So it was very interesting to investigate about this company. Well, now I'm going to talk about the sustainability. This was one of my favorite aspects. I don't know why, but it's great to know that companies are care for the planet. And since 2080, Apple's offices, store, and data center has been powered by 100% renewable energy. Additionally, all of our operations are now carbon neutral as well. Well, Apple has a deep commitment to the water. I really like this note that the vice president say um President said, we know we don't have all the answers, and well, this is a note that the vice president says, and that I like it, is that we know we don't have all the answers, but we don't clear goals in a global community of companies committed to doing the right things for the planet and its people. That was Lisa Lisa Jackson was the vice president of the company. Well, now I'm going to start with the